always said that the only cold thing in Fairbanks is the weather, and I've always found that to be absolutely true. You have a unique community filled with fascinating people. Two of them are Bernie and Connie Karl, of whom I am proud to be their daughter. Many of you know what they have done around Fairbanks. You probably know of their big ideas, big projects, and even their generosity. And while they have enriched many of your lives, you could never imagine how much they've enriched mine. I'm going to try not to look at them. So let me give you a little glimpse into our family. Connie was born and raised in Andover, Connecticut, the only girl and the youngest of 5. Bernie is from Peoria, Illinois, number 6 of 16. They had very different childhoods, but both have a very adventurous spirit and ended up here. They ended up in Alaska, working on the pipeline, which is where their story began over 40 years ago. Both are deeply caring people who have and still take care of their respective families, emotionally, financially, and otherwise. My parents are passionate people, passionate about geothermal, passionate about innovation, passionate about Fairbanks, passionate about travel, but most passionate about those they love. I've always taught my daughters to pay attention to what people do, not what they say, because that is the true test of who they are. Ava and Sarah's grandparents have shown them who they are from the beginning. Despite 3,600 miles, Papa Bernie and Grandma Connie have never missed flying back for Ava's birthday in March and Sarah's birthday in November. And despite all of those miles, Grandma Connie has always made sure that she and Papa Bernie are a part of Ava and Sarah's lives, seeing them here, there, or somewhere in between at least 6 times a year, and even flying 24 hours just to spend 2 days on the beach with their granddaughters. Both Bernie and Connie are what you see is what you get kind of people. They don't pretend to be who they are not, and they don't hold back, especially my father, no matter who he is with. Then again, Connie will always correct your grammar, even when she can't talk. They are a shining example of so many things, but at the present moment, the best example of what it means when you say for better or for worse. I am damn thankful to be damn thankful to be their daughter. As many of you know, my parents belong to the Church of the Living Earth, where you have no dirt on you, and where my dad has never had a bad day in his life, and that's ever. We are about to share a very special video with you, made by my daughters, Ava and Sarah. Their Papa Bernie has always used colorful language, always use that around him as he doesn't hold back. So colorful that when Sarah, my youngest daughter, started charging him $2 per word, one for her and one for her sister, Olga told him that his granddaughters were going to be millionaires. Many of you will recognize these phrases. Please know that despite how easily this colorful language rolls off my daughters' tongues, this is not Ava and Sarah's usual vocabulary.
Rickety, rickety, ram, son of a...
Hey, you can't say that, but I have some good advice about life. It's like a shit sandwich. The more bread you have, the less shit you have to eat.
Sarah, you're the best and the hell with the rest.
I've never had a bad day in my life ever, and I'm not going to start today. I'm number 6 of 16 kids with one mom and dad, and they wanted us.
My mom raised ugly kids, not dumb ones, and I'm talking heavy on the ugly. I must have on dog-bone underwear because Grandma Connie's chewing my ass.
Hun! God made one perfect person, and they nailed his ass to the cross.
Forbes magazine called the China Ice Museum the dumbest business idea of 2004. I say Forbes can kiss my ass. I turned a frozen asset into a liquid asset.
Everything I do has to be morally right. I could give a shit less if it's legal.
And remember, don't do anything stupid, and if you do, don't get caught.
We're all in our places with sunshiny faces. Good morning to you, and to you.
Hey Sarah, do you know how to spell luck? Hardwork. On the third day, the Lord said, I give life-giving water. He was talking about Chena Hot Springs. I didn't write the book, I just read it.
You know why, Ava? It's because God lives in Alaska. He visits everywhere else.
Webster says failure is if you don't succeed. I say failure is if you don't try.
You can wish in one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up faster.
We are addicted to greed in one arm and oil in the other. Hey Sarah, did you know that you have to pet the cow before you can get to the calf?
Yeah, I agree. When you least expect it, expect it.
That's so good it would make a bulldog bite its chain.
Yeah, it's so good it should be illegal. Can I have a bite?
No.
Sharing is caring, and caring is sharing. If you care, you share. If you share, you care. If I had a nickel, you know what I would do. I'd buy you a sack of candy and I'd give it all to you. 'Cause that's how much I love ya, Ava. Sometimes Dad talks like a man with a paper ass while shitting scissors.
That must be his ass talking because his mouth knows better.
I mean, Dad won the lottery. The big one.
The mega!
Bernie!
Hun!
Sweetheart!
Grandma and Grandpa, we love you more than 10,000 sockeye salmon!
By being our friends for 30 years. During that time, we have comforted each other through the highs and lows that accompany life. Losing family members, our fathers, our mothers, our brothers, our sisters. They have been there for us, and we for them. We're blessed with their friendship. We've lost other dear friends, Connie and Bernie, together supporting and loving those in need of comfort and the love that accompanies the strong bond of friendship. When you have them as friends, you never look back, you never question, you move forward because they do, and you know that they will be there with you. Many of us in this room have experienced that with them. Jinx and I have. But friendship and life also include high times. Birthdays, weddings, dinners, parties, the good times, the fun times. And again, as many of you know in this room, good times and fun times are more fun and better when these two are there. There is never a dull moment in the life of Connie and Bernie Karl. And it is fun, it's enjoyable, and it is a neat experience to share life with them as their friend. So, what to close with? I'm talking about friendship. when talking about friendship with these two very distinguished citizens being honored by the Boy Scouts this evening. I'll close with this. On behalf of James and I, and all of your friends here, and all of your friends around Alaska, and all of your friends around the country, and all of your friends around the world, thank you for being our friends. We cherish you, and we honor you.
Wow, what an evening. I'm so impressed by all the number of people here and the things people have said. And it's all true. It's all true in my heart. The 20 years I've known Bernie. Roy and I have been in geothermal for our whole lives, pretty much. Our whole career. I got my degree in geothermal. I built a geothermal plant many years ago. And I'm here still working with Bernie. I was retired at one point. He called me up and said, let's go have some fun. So we are, and really having a great time. What I wanted to say is that Bernie and Connie have made such an incredible impact on the geothermal business. Not only, and you won't be surprised about this, not only did he come out and bring geothermal to Alaska, first person, and Roy and I helped him do that back in the day, 20 years ago. But he also reached back and made an impact on the geothermal programs in the United States and in the world. He changed the way we look at what could be geothermal and how hot the water could be and what it could do. He single-handedly changed it. And Alaska, in Fairbanks, at Chena Hot Springs, is the lowest temperature geothermal waters in production of electricity in the world. Right here.
Just to add to that, I'm in Washington, D.C. managing the National Geothermal Program, and Bernie came back and says, you know, I've got a resource up here in Alaska that nobody knows about. We need to make it world famous. At that time, I had another company that developed a geothermal power plant that was able to produce electricity on very low temperature water that everybody threw away. We married those two together, thanks to Bernie's persistence in Washington, saying, we got to do this. The company Carrier, who's well known in the air conditioning business, had this machine. We moved it up here, and lo and behold, Bernie started producing electricity on the lowest temperature of any place in the world. And he made Alaska famous. In fact, I've been to several world conferences, and you mentioned Chena Hot Springs, Connie and Bernie, and they know who they are. He's known worldwide. This patent is basically a patent that Roy McAllister, a well-known scientist and inventor, has had he's got a number of patents, really right now focusing on hydrogen, that he considers a fuel of the future. And he and Bernie together are probably going to make the first hydrogen plant that is using geothermal energy to produce another energy source for the nation. And Roy McAllister, in this patent, it was one of his most, what he considers his most important patents. He's dedicating that to Connie and Bernie tonight for this patent will have their name on it from here on out. I'd just like to read the certificate. This dedication of the intervention disclosed in the family of U.S.
Of your selfless and tireless service to improve the standard of living, including the health, comfort, and happiness for all citizens of Fairbanks, the state of Alaska, and the United States of America. Thank you very much.
Connie and Bernie, it's my distinct honor to present you with the 2019 Midnight Sun Council Distinguished Citizen Award.
Well, first of all, Connie and I First of all, we'd like to say thank you, and we're very humbled. Connie was diagnosed with ALS on the 6th day of January, and the good Lord is testing us. I give all my efforts to the Lord. She was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer 16 weeks ago Sunday. I can tell you that it's gone. Amen. And it's gone with the grace of God. Today she was moving her feet. I've never seen her move her feet like this before. She will walk and she will talk again, and it'll be a miracle. I don't know how many people in this room believe in miracles, but I'm telling you, I'm living with a miracle. She has a new Toby computer that she can move, her eyes can move the alphabet and it'll talk for her. The first thing she said was thank you. And the second thing she said is I love you. I am the absolute wealthiest human being you've ever met. It has nothing to do with money. It has to do with a wife that loves me. Can you imagine how blessed that is? You know, you guys don't realize I'm no prize. I know you find that hard to believe. Really, I'm not. I was always the teacher's trial. I mean, you find that hard to believe too, but during music class, Sister Imelda had me out cleaning erasers. If I got done with erasers, I got to clean the bathrooms. And I got to clean them. They'd be so clean, it'd make Mr. Clean blush. If I got that done, I got to clean the steps with a toothbrush. And if the boiler broke down, I got to shovel coal all day. I was the only kid. I'd come home all covered in coal dust. My mom said, how did that happen? I said, Mom, I got to shovel coal all day. No other kid got to do it. You want to talk about being blessed? I was the most blessed kid in school. And I don't know if the nuns were picking on me or not, but I thought it was great. I mean, I was the happiest kid in the whole world. Nobody else got to clean the steps. Nobody else was shoveling coal. I was the only one. I was always out of class. They always had me doing chores. And I loved it. And I've loved everything I've done in my life. And I love this community. And I love my wife. And I promised my wife she would never be put in a home. And I would never take away any of her jobs. She goes to work every day. And there's several people in this town that know Constance May Parks-Karl goes everywhere. We get her out of bed, and she goes. She works a half a day now. She gets there at 9 in the morning. We work until 9 at night. And no, weekends off. Saturday and Sunday, we go to the hot spring. She gets weekends off. Isn't that right? I mean, she's only working half a day. I mean, there's 24 hours in a day. Hey, we got our kids thinking that 4 hours is a half a day. And 8 hours is a full day. Give me a break. My grandkids know what a whole day is, and it's 24 hours. And if you're not working 18 hours, what the hell are you doing? And a very good friend of mine told me, if you die with a net worth of more than $10,000, what have you done in life? What have you done? Probably not much. Let me tell you, it doesn't take money and it doesn't take brains to get things done today. We live in a time with the most wealth in the history of man and the smartest population in the history of man. It takes two ingredients we no longer have. It takes vision and it takes passion. Vision and passion would get things done. Rich people still have money, but try to get them to spend it on something. Oh, too much risk, too much this, too much that. Give me a break. Give me a break. If you want to do something, find the busiest person you can find. Because if you go to a lazy person, I promise you, he's still going to be lazy. Find the busiest person you can and task him with doing something. He's too busy to be lazy. He's just going to get it done. And that's what we've been doing our whole life, is getting things done. And we realize how blessed we are. We had parents that wanted us. Can you imagine 16 kids when we were wanted? They wanted us. Can you imagine? And my dad put every kid on drugs at 2 weeks old. He drugged us to be baptized. He drugged us to church on Sunday. He drugged us to toss of corn. He drugged us to bale hay. He drugged us to the neighbors to do their work and said, you don't need to get paid for everything you do in life. He caught you taking money. He drug your ass to the woodshed. Minister a little love. My dad was not afraid to administer love. And it was well needed and well received. He raised 16 kids that offered to society, none of them take. My parents are the two wealthiest people in the whole world. I've never met people wealthier than my mom and dad. They just didn't have any money. When you have 16 kids, you are scratching a broke man's ass. But they were wealthy. And they were happy. And they taught their children what real wealth is. And they taught us how to be happy. And I want to tell you, my wife is so sweet that she is the easiest person in the world to take care of. God has blessed us with love in our marriage. And love is the most powerful emotion in the world is love. And then you put hard work with it, and you got a winning combination. I would be a 0 without my wife, a total 0. But with her, I'm a winner. Connie and I say thank you to everyone that's here. Thank you for coming. Thank you to the Boy Scouts who offer so much to our youth. The best times are ahead of us, not behind us. There's more opportunity now than there's ever been in the history of man. It's not business as usual. It's not business as usual. You have to pull head out of ass and open eyes. There's so much opportunity. We just have to do something. Every day, get up and do something. Do not lay in bed. My wife doesn't lay in bed. She's up every day and moving. And I want to tell you, truly, the only thing that's cold in Fairbanks, Alaska is the weather. It's the warmest place in the world you could ever live because of you. And you could not run us out of here with a shitty stick. Never. It couldn't happen because of the love that's in this community. There isn't a better place in the world to be. So with that, my wife and I say thank you. Thank you to you. A round of applause to you. $1,000 looking for 2. $1,000 looking for 2. $1,000. Well, I got 2,000. Oh, yes, I got 2,000 right there. All right. Thank you. I got 2,000 looking for 3. I want to get back to what they sell for. I got 2,000 looking for 3. $2,000 looking for 3. 2,000 looking for 3. Somebody help me with the hands. I don't have that good eyesight. We got $3,000 right there. Thank you, Kip. We got $3,000.
A short benediction, and please, if you will close.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us this evening to celebrate these 2 amazing people that I get to call my grandparents. Tonight has been a wonderful evening full of love and laughter, of which I am thankful to be a part of. As we close this night, I would like to thank all of the people who made this wonderful evening happen. I would also like to thank my grandparents for teaching me to be adventurous and hardworking. Everyone please have a safe journey home and have a very Merry Christmas, and God bless you all. Thank you.